Don't think, oh, well, I'm not going to the gym today. I better run for an hour on the treadmill. No, no. Your body actually needs to fully recover. How's it going, guys? My name is Jordan Bains, health and fitness coach, self-proclaimed bodybuilder with around 10 years of knowledge under my belt. And it wasn't until recently, probably within the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, that I actually learned how important it was to prioritize your rest and recovery. In the past, I used to train every day. I would figure if I'm not going to the gym, I might as well do cardio. So I would technically have no rest days, and I think it definitely hindered my progress, and there's science to back that up. And so I'm here today to help you guys not make that same mistake, and you'll be able to make a lot more progress than I was. And that leads me to today. We're going to be talking about one of the most underrated parts of getting jacked, losing weight, and making real progress in the gym: recovery and rest days. Most people think your gains happen in the gym, but the truth is, the gym breaks down your body. The real growth, that happens when you're not training. So if you're like past me and you've been grinding 5, 6, or even 7 days out of the week, and you're still not seeing results, stick around. This video is going to break down exactly why your rest days matter just as much as your training days. When we talk about recovery, we're not just talking about taking a day off. Recovery includes sleep, nutrition, stress management, and yes, rest days. Here's the science. When you lift weights, you create microscopic tears within your muscle fibers. That's the stimulus. But the actual repair and growth, the hypertrophy, only happens if your body has enough time and resources to recover. Without proper recovery, you're just spinning your wheels. You'll stay sore longer, your workouts will suck, and your progress will stall. Recovery is when your muscles adapt to the work you've done. So if you're skipping it or treating it like an afterthought, you're literally cutting your results in half. So I really want to drive this point home. You don't grow in the gym. You grow after the gym. Think of training as the input and rest as the output. If you're always training and never giving yourself a chance to recover, then your body never has a chance to repair the damage you've caused. That leads to overtraining, high cortisol, fatigue, and eventually plateaus or even regression. Taking rest days allows your central nervous system to recover, lowers inflammation, and gives your muscles a chance to fully rebuild, stronger and bigger. This is how you actually see progress, by alternating between stress and recovery. And let me tell you, rest days don't make you lazy. They make you smarter. All your favorite athletes schedule rest days. Bodybuilders schedule rest days and deloads. If you're not recovering properly, you're not training hard, you're really just accumulating fatigue. Now let's talk about fat loss. A lot of people, and my past self included, think you need to train every day to burn the maximum amount of calories. But that ends up backfiring pretty quick. When you train constantly with no recovery, your body starts to resist fat loss. Why? Because you're stressing your system out too much. Chronically high stress hormones like cortisol can increase your fat storage, especially around the midsection, the place we all hate to have our fat. Plus, without rest, your workouts really tend to suck. You're gonna feel yourself dragging along, low motivation, and just not wanting to be in the gym. You stop lifting heavy, your intensity sucks, and then you just end up burning fewer calories anyway. Rest days actually help your body reset, so when you come back, you can train harder, burn more calories, and recover better in between sessions. Long-term fat loss isn't about going 100 miles per hour every day. It's about managing the balance of stress and recovery. Okay, so what should you actually do on your rest days? Well, for starters, rest means rest. Don't think, oh, well, I'm not going to the gym today. I better run for an hour on the treadmill. No, no. Your body actually needs to fully recover, and doing more than your baseline activity will certainly hinder your recovery. And here's the thing, everyone's baseline is different. Some people work on their feet all day, like servers, construction workers, anything like that. And that's perfectly fine. You don't need to call out of work because it's a rest day, even though that could potentially be better, or say optimal. But it's not entirely necessary because your body is already used to that kind of stimuli, so it won't impede your recovery. You should be thinking of your rest days as a day to relax, a day to de-stress. Maybe do some of your favorite hobbies, hang out with friends, Smoke a little weed if that's your thing. But maybe don't drink too much because alcohol will definitely hinder your recovery. And that's a whole nother topic for another video. Honestly, a rest day could just mean chilling, watching Netflix, eating good food all day. Another thing you could do on your rest day, if you're just feeling antsy, you're feeling like you need to move, is active recovery. That means going for a walk, light stretching, doing household chores, or running errands, and all along the way making sure you're eating enough protein, really refueling your body, staying hydrated, and at the end of the day, you get enough sleep. And the goal here with active recovery is to promote blood flow for one, getting the blood to your muscles, pumping them full of blood and oxygen and all the good stuff it needs to fully recover and repair and build back stronger. Also to reduce soreness and just give your body what it needs to fully repair. A key point to focus on here is just because it's a rest day and you feel like you're not burning as many calories as you would be if you were going to the gym, you still should not skimp on food. You shouldn't be skipping out on meals. You should still be hitting your goal protein, your goal caloric intake, whether that be a deficit or a surplus. Just make sure you're still on target for all your macros and micronutrients and, of course, your calories, because your body still needs fuel to grow muscles and recover, even on your off days. In fact, most of the muscle building and fat burning hormones actually peak during sleep, not during your workout. Okay, so we went over the importance of your rest days and what you should be doing on your rest days. Now you're probably wondering, how many rest days do I need? And unfortunately, it's not an easy answer here because it really depends. It's going to depend on your skill level. If you're an advanced lifter or if you're a beginner, it's going to depend on how hard you actually train and how many days a week you're training. For example, if you're lifting 4 to 5 days a week and you're a moderate to advanced lifter, 1 to 2 rest days is probably all you need, but you could definitely benefit from a third. However, if you're a beginner and you're new to the gym, I would definitely push for those 3 rest days, maybe even a fourth one, and just train 3 days out of the week. Another route you could take if you're a beginner is 4 to 5 training days with rest days in between. And if you're doing something like a push-pull legs or upper body, lower body split, essentially training a different muscle group on each day of the week, just make sure you factor in at least 1 full rest day per week. A simple rule of thumb I give to any client is allow 48 hours for each muscle group to repair before you train it again. And another thing here is that each muscle group is different. Like if I hit biceps on Monday morning, Tuesday night I'd probably be able to hit it again, no problem. But if I hit legs Monday morning, Tuesday night my legs are still gonna be sapped, probably until like Wednesday or Thursday. So that's something you should always pay attention to. Other things to pay attention to are you constantly sore? Are your lifts stalling? They're not progressing. You're not getting stronger. Do you feel like your sleep is off or your appetite is gone? These are signs your body's saying, hey bud, we need to take a break. And I would definitely advise you to listen to it. Make the smart choice. Don't always think a rest day's not scheduled here, so I can't rest. I can't miss the gym. No, just take the time. Relax, recover. It's only going to benefit you in the long run. Look, training hard is great, but training smart is better. You earn your rest days, and those are the days where your body actually does the work of building muscle, burning fat, and adapting to the stress that you put it through. So stop feeling guilty for taking time off. Start using your rest days as a weapon, not a weakness. If this video helped you, hit that like button, subscribe for more content on training and recovery, and drop a comment below if you want me to go into specific recovery protocols like ice baths and saunas, massages, or if you want me to go more in depth on sleep and how to really optimize it. Until then, train hard, recover harder, and I will see you guys in the next video.